Okay, let's continue here. I have a 10mm gap over here. I forgot to put that onto your little drawing. So a 10mm gap over there, which means that if I draw a center line over there, I'm going to have a 5mm gap over there. Right, let's get that center line drawn in. I'm going to come up over here, click on that little arrow, find the center line, and I'm going to draw a line from that point going straight up. Now, to make it go straight up, if you push Shift, it's going to automatically go in that straight up direction over there. Right, once I've got that in place, I'm going to come in over here and I'm going to go for a long click on the construction line palette, go across to the parallel lines over here, click on parallel lines, come to that center line over there, click on that, and oh yes, I need to tell it how far out it needs to go. So I press Tab and I push 5 and I press enter, and there you go. I've got that 5mm gap between the center line and that line over there. From that, I can come along here, select line. I'm going to select the little line over there, and now I'm going to be drawing a line in outline coming down from there down to there. Right, the next thing is to draw a line 18mm up from that bottom line. So I come to the palette over there with the construction lines, parallel line, and I can say 18mm, so tab, 18, enter, go to that bottom line over there, click on that, and that gives you that 18mm distance from there to there. I can now draw in a line again. It's still set at outlines, and I can draw in a line going from there to there, and from there up to there. Right, once I've done that, I'm going to just clear all of these construction lines, edit, clear all constructions. My next step is to draw this thing. I'm going to just rotate it around this axis over here. Sorry, I need one last little line coming down over there. Let me draw that in. So drawing a line coming straight down over there, and I press Shift. Okay, Shift so that it comes straight down. Note I've done a little bit further than I need to go. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trim that little piece off over there. How do I trim? I'm going to come across here to that little icon over there. It's just below this thing that says mirror copy. Drag down over there. It says multi-shrink and extend. Give it a nice long click over there. Come across to this little icon over here, which says trim. If I click on that, come to the line that I want to trim it to, click on that, press enter and click on that, and it will cut off that little tail of line that I don't need. Right. Okay, there we go. I've got this thing. Now I've drawn half of it. What I want to do is I want to basically mirror that around this axis over here. I'm going to go back up to this thing where I was doing the trimming. Just above that, it has mirror and copy. Right. So what I need to do is I'm going to select all of this. To select, I go down to this corner over here. I'm going to do a left click. You can see that I'm now selecting all of this story over here. Release the left click. All right, let's do that again. There we go. Sorry. Go from there. Go from the top. Go down. Why is this not working? Z. Let's do this. Okay, you can see that I'm selecting it over there from the top. There we go, it's selected as it should have done the first time. Now I can come up to mirror and copy, click on mirror and copy, click at that corner over there, go up to that corner over there, click, and you can see that it has mirrored that around that axis. I now can go escape, and there we go, I've got my drawing mirrored around the axis, and that will save you a whole lot of time. Doing basic dimensions on this, I'm going to come down here to this thing that says orthogonal. Okay, I click on that, I go to this first little tab on that palette, and it says orthogonal, and I'm going to click on that. I now right click on that and I go to properties. Right, go up here to where it says format and check that it has not got a little tick in this box that says force text horizontal or force text inside. I want you to check that it says move text, no leader. And I want you to say keep dimension line with text. Okay, so make sure that that says keep dimension line with text. Make sure that that is all there. The dimension size scale, it says 0.5 on this particular thing. You can press 1 there. Okay, just keep it the same. It says the size of your writing is 3 millimeters, and you can press OK. Right. Once I've done that, I've still got my snaps on, so I come to that corner and I'm clicking on that, click on that, go to that corner, click on that. I'm just going to do Control Z so you can see when I'm talking about clicking on that. Click on that and it says line. So select that. Click on that and it says line. Click on that, pull it out about 10 millimeters from the object and you'll see that it's dimensioned that as 15. You can basically go to any of these corners and do the same story and you'll end up with dimensions. Click on line, click on there, click on line, come down and you can see that I've got dimensions going from all of these points on here. Right, last thing that I'm going to do is to do a little angular dimension. Okay, this angle over here, I want to dimension that. To do that, I'm going to come down to the dimension palette, give it a nice long left click over there, come down to where it says angular, all right. I'm going to right click on that. I'm going to go to properties over there. I'm going to go over here and say force text horizontal, very important. I'm going to go to this thing over here where it says keep dimension line with text, and I'm going to change that to move text no leader. Click on that. Press OK. Now I come to that line over there and I click on it. I go to that line over there, I click on that, and then I'm going to, you can see that little arc that it's drawing. Click on that, and now I can move the 90 to wherever I want that 90 to be. I'm going to take the snaps off, and you can see that it doesn't snap anymore, so I can now place it wherever I want to place that 90, and there you go. I've got 90 degrees shown in that little arc over there. So I'm just going to do something for you guys. It seems like a lot of you don't have the correct settings. I'm going to come over here to this palette. Let's do orthogonal dimensions. What you're going to do is you're going to go right click, you go to the properties. Okay? Check your format. It should say dimension size scale 1. Associated dimension. Okay? Just tick that so that you have the correct story over there. It says text style should be standard. It says height. I want you to change that to this 3.88. If you click on that, you'll find 3.88 or 3.53. Click on 3.88. That's a good size for a drawing. Come over here. You can click on that. Keep dimension line with text. Okay. Unclick that little box that says force text horizontal. You then come over here to where it says units and tolerances. Make sure that append units is unticked. Must be blank in that little block over there. Your precision, make sure that that says 0. Okay, you don't want precision on that. And that is everything that the format is decimal. The scale, it says 1. Okay, we'll look at the scale. So your scale is 1, which means that your writing will be 3.88 millimeters high, and that will give you the correct information that you need. Try that. After you've done that, you should be able to draw a dimension, and it should give me the correct dimensions on there. Right, just make sure your snaps are on. Snap, line, snap on that line, and there we go. I have got that 10 millimeters or whatever it is drawn. From this video, you should have learnt how to draw construction lines using the construction line palette, drawing parallel construction lines. If I've got that, you should have learnt to lock the little offset block and to be able to press tab, highlighting that little block at the bottom there, and then typing in whatever dimension you want in there to offset that construction line. You should have your layers all sorted out so that you've got your outline with that particular color, that it's a straight line and it's done 0.5 millimeters. Center lines are red and that it's a long dash, short dash, chain line, 1 millimeter. Your hidden detail, a blue, and it should be dashed lines done with 2 millimeter. I've got another little line over here saying construction, so if I want to have a particular construction line and I want to be able to see it every now and again, I've got that done in green. You can decide whether you want to do that. You should be able to draw lines and you should be able to do your dimensions in there. You should be able to do an angular dimension as well, and to make sure that the writing is done on the correct side of the little arc or whatever it is. Right, hopefully that's been done. You should also have learned how to mirror this whole story. Okay, that should be everything that you've learned of that particular exercise, and we're going to stop there. In this drawing, you go up to File, okay, and then you come down over here and it says Save As. Press Save As, and then you can decide where you're going to save it. At the moment I've just got this saved on the desktop. It says desktop up there, but you can check wherever you want to save it. What I would suggest you do is maybe make a little file at the moment on your desktop, and then you can save all of those drawings on your desktop. So here we go, let's say desktop over there, and just save that. Yes, okay, whatever. Happy with it? So now that drawing is now saved on your desktop. What I've got here, I have just dumped that little file onto your desktops, okay? It says CAD on it. If you open that up, you should have two little drawings over there. One says Pat Civils Borders and Title Blocks, and the other one says Pat Mechanical Borders and Title Blocks. Okay, I want you to go to Pat Mechanical Borders and Title Blocks and double click on that. And open that up. We'll go windy, windy, windy. Faster your machine, the quicker it will wind up. And there you go. You should have a little page in there with a whole bunch of pre-prepared title blocks. Okay, it says St. David's, Marist, and Nanda, and all of that good stuff down there. So at the end of the day, you can now have a piece of paper that you can transport drawings across onto. Okay, that is called your layout space. Over here down at the bottom, you'll see that it says layout over there. If you go in here, this is called your model space, and you would remember that you've got a nice big piece of paper that is massive in size. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to draw on that paper space, and we're going to then transfer what we've drawn on that paper space over into that paper space. And then we're going to give it a scale. Right, let's go in here to model. Right, here we go. I have got this little drawing over here, which I'd like to draw in my model space, and then I'm going to take that across into my paper space. To start with, let's just draw all the construction lines. I will draw that very, very quickly, and then show you how to transfer or how to do the little circles and the arcs and all that sort of thing. I'm not going to waste your time while I draw all of the construction lines and the majority of the line work over there. Before you start drawing in that mechanical title blocks and borders, I would like you to first go to File, Save As, okay? It is in the CAD file, and you can call it, say, TUT1, T-U-T-1, and press Save, okay? Press OK, and then you'll see over here that it will say TUT1 TCW at the top there. That means that this drawing that we're going to start drawing over here is going to be TUT TC, and I can then start drawing all of that stuff in there. Right, see that I've basically drawn out the base part of this story over here. I've got my center lines in place. I now want to draw that little circle in there. Okay, it says that it has a diameter of 33. What I'm going to do there is I'm going to come in over here to where it has a circle, give that a nice long click over there, and it says circle, center, and point. So you click on that, you go to the center lines, okay, make sure that it is going to select that center, click on that center, make sure that you are drawing with the correct line. So just make sure that it is an outline, okay, and you can see that it's going to be drawing a circle, but what diameter do I want? I want a 33 millimeter diameter. If I press tab, you can see that it highlights this little block down at the bottom over here where it says radius, but I don't want a radius, I want the diameter. So I'm going to press tab again, and it now highlights that little block over there. I type 33, and then I press enter. If I do that, I will have a drawing with a circle with a diameter of 33 millimeters. My next step is to draw an arc which needs to go from that corner over there around to that corner over there. I go into that circle story, I give it a nice long click. I come over here to where it says arc, center and radius. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to go to my center over here, make sure that it snaps to the center. Go across to this side over here. It's snapping on that little line segment. I click on that. I click on it again, and then I rotate around in an anti-clockwise direction to where it clicks on there, and I click, and I have an arc which has been drawn from that point to that point. Right, once I've done that, I can then take the construction lines across into this view over here. Construction line from there, construction line from the center, construction line from there, and construction line from the top. And I can now draw in the view that I've got over here. I'm going to select my outlines. Outline, just make sure that it is an outline first. And I come in over here, I go click, 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 click down there. I'm going to go into a hidden detail line. Let's select hidden, and I'm going to go click, 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 click. I'm going to go for a center line, click on there, click on there. Sorry, just Control Z that, Control Z. I just want to zoom in. It seems to be selecting, click on that, click on that. I've got a center line in there. Okay, but I want to extend that center line out just a little bit. So I'm going to select that center line, note the arrow, select the arrow, click on that line, and I want to extend it out just a little bit that way, extend it out just a little bit that way. I've got a center line which is slightly out from there. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to select that and I want to mirror it. So go in there, select the arrow, come over here, select all of that. And now I'm going to mirror it. Click on that. There's the mirror. Click from that point to that point and press escape. Sorry, it should have done a little bit more than that. Right, let's just have a look and see what it did there. Edit, clear, all constructions. Okay, it didn't select everything that I wanted it to. Just Control Z. I'm going to try that again, just Control Z again. Let us select all of that. It should have selected all of those lines over there. It seems that it's not selecting everything. Control Z. Let's try that again, select that. Okay, now it's selected everything that I want, and I'm going to mirror that around this point over here. Select there, and I have got that mirrored. Press escape, and there you go. I've got the drawing done. I can go into edit, clear, all constructions, and there's my drawing done. Right, doing dimensions, you can see that I've done some orthogonal dimensions, and you know how to do that. I now want to do some radial dimensions, in other words, dimensioning that circle over there and dimensioning that radius. I come into my dimensioning palette over here. I'm going to come down over here to where it says radius. Right click, go to properties, go to the format, force text horizontal. Very important that you do that. Press OK, press on the radius that you need and stick it out there off the drawing, and you'll see that it's got a radius of 27. I'm now going to go back into the dimensioning palette. Go to diameter, click on diameter, and you can stretch it out there, and you've got diameter with the little arrows showing the diameter of that internal circle. Right, once that's done, what we're going to do now is we're going to take this and we're going to put this drawing into my layout space over there. Right, so we're in the model space, I'm going to go to View. I'm going to come all the way down here to where it says Named Views. Go across over here to where it says Create a View. You select from the left hand over there. Click, 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 click. All right. And there it is. And then it says View 1. You can name that view to whatever you want. You can call it Touch 1 if you want. And you can say, OK. Right. Once I've got that, I come in over here to where it says Layout. Press on Layout. I go to View over there. I come down over here to where it says Viewport. Hop across to where it says Viewport there. Click on that. Go up to that little corner over there. Let it snap into that corner. Drag it down to this corner over here. Snap into that. And then select Tut 1. Say Go to, and there you can see that you've got that view in that paper space. Right. Once I've got that, I want to get that to a particular scale over here. I'm going to go to that little arrow over there, click on the arrow, go and select a line anywhere on the drawing, and you'll see that it will turn to like a pink color. You do a right click, you go to Properties, you go to Viewport, you go, to Viewport over there, highlight Viewport, come down here where it says Scale. Click on the little box that says Fixed, and now you're going to click in here and you're going to select a scale 1:1. Once you've done that, you say OK, and now you can see that drawing over there has been drawn to a scale 1:1 on your paper space. Once you've done that, you can press Escape, and there you go, it is all done. And if I want to print, I can say File, come down here to where it says Print, and I can do all the properties of the page setup, etc., for my printer. This piece of paper that I've got over here is an A3 sheet of paper with all the borderlines, etc., done on it, and you can say OK, and it will print to your printer. I'm just going to cancel that because I don't really want to print it out right now. Right, once you've got all of that, just remember you need to File, Save As, and you can write Tut 1, etc., and press Save, and yes, you do, and OK, and there you go, you've got your drawing saved, and it is on your layout or paper space. And that's it.